It was just a normal morning whereby everyone went about their business.
It was post-Christmas and out building the pool, and I think I just opened my second can of Tui's.
Then, the earth moved for us. Basically, we had a shake. And the thing I remember on the day was the actual shock waves hitting before the actual building swayed by, which was, at least a metre.
No one had any idea what the cause was, but we cleared the building pretty much straight away, and we congregated on the other side of the street.
The lights went out, we had no power, the ceiling tiles were dropping, and we thought, gee, what was that? You could see, even from where we were looking out through the windows, over towards the area of the BHP, that there was fire and smoke and everything starting to fill the sky.
And all of a sudden I get a phone call, and it was my boss, Brian Rushton. I said, yes, Brian, what can I do? He said, I need you to go to Newcastle. I said, why? They've had a massive earthquake. I said, hang on. Just a while ago, I felt the ground move here. I'm being serious, Brian. He said, yeah, it's a big earthquake. Can you get up there now? I'm on my way. As I came over the very top of the hill and looking down to Newcastle, I saw this massive, what appeared to be a massive fire at BHP.
It was like a movie set of destruction. There was buildings that had been roped off, you couldn't get access to. There was a lot of debris and rubble and the like that stopped you actually getting access to certain parts of town. Sirens and whether it be ambulances or fire brigade or emergency services, it was like Armageddon.
You could see the awnings had all dropped, and people were walking down the main street in the middle of the road. You could see the brickwork down. You could see there'd been some disaster. There's no question about that. We went about doing what had to be done. We contacted the insurers, we contacted our architects, we contacted firms that could supply scaffolding to the building because we knew it had to happen. You could see the brickwork on the outside of the building was cracked from one side to the other, and ultimately the whole building had to be replaced. The main thing we had to do was try and get the people home, because a lot of the girls and the guys had left their keys and their wallets in their drawers, in their desks.
Walked into the office and I met this young fella called Greg Silcock, and said, well, what are we going to do? He said, well, first of all, we've got to focus on our major clients, and of course we've got the tragedy that appears to be around at the Workers' Club. But we're going to have to put ourselves in a position as to be able to service our clients, to make sure, one, we can manage their claims for them, help them as individuals, etc. We've also got a traumatic time here at the moment, because a few staff, they're still checking if everything's okay at home, etc., etc.
Well, it wasn't only the service then, it was the service prior to the earthquake, because in years prior to the earthquake, we'd meet at least once, if not twice a year, to talk about our insurances. And then we met with Greg Silcock, and we worked our way right through that to make sure that we were adequately covered. So that we always looked at the worst case scenario, I must admit, which never ever happened, but it did in this case. So we were well covered and we were well looked after.
One takeaway that I have from the earthquake is that a lot of the preparatory work, the pre-planning work, the attention to detail that we undertook, and I certainly did with my clients, that have paid dividends when this worst case disaster hit. Personally, I think we performed extremely well, and from that day we've got many clients that are still now with the clients of Aon.
Oh, every meeting we had, they attended. Every meeting we had where it was to do with anything to do with the building, the construction, anything at all, they were in part of that meeting. And we took their advice. And it was gold to us. And so, we were well positioned for this event to take place. We were well positioned because the brokers made sure that if a major event took place, we knew where we were going, and we did. We knew where we were going.